How to sell more in retail. Are you looking for how to sell more in your store without being cheesy, like some used car salesman or something? Then you'll want to pay attention. Okay, before you start selling in a retail store, one of the main things to look at is how up do you feel? And I don't mean from caffeine, although that can certainly help. I mean, how up do you feel like life is worth living and you're having a good time, and if I meet people, it might be nice, and who might I encounter today? If you put your mind to it, you can find those kind of ideas. Being grateful for the opportunity, whatever it's going to be. Thinking that if I go to work today, I'm going to get this money or appreciation, which is going to lead me to do something else in my life. All right, that's kind of what you have to do. If you are stuck in the idea of, oh, I hate my job, or my retail's dead end, and oh, I had one woman we hired from a store, and she got her first paycheck, and she put on Facebook, I got my first paycheck, put the name of the store. It's a symbol of how far I've fallen in my life. I'm like, oh my God, how did she ever get on the sales floor? If you let that person stay there, they're going to infect the rest of your staff. It's that simple. And so your energy, your presence, yeah, I'm happy to be here. That idea that you're building people, you're not building widgets, or you're trying to do something. Everything is grounded in people. And when you think about that, then you understand that, oh, so what's the most important thing I need to work on? My people skills. And it all starts with a process of knowing, how do I talk to a stranger? Or even in your own life, what happens when you get onto a bus or you're in the supermarket? Do you shy away? Do you find yourself turning away if someone's coming towards you? Do you find yourself ignoring someone who's trying to ask a question or something? Because I think the qualities that we exhibit outside the store creep into our own store, right? So if I really would rather be texting, I'm going to be drawn to this no matter what, because that's what I'd rather do. And the danger is, I'm sorry, but you can't greet people with a screen and have them talk into it. You have to greet them like a friend would. Good morning, good afternoon. And that says, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. So not only is that confidence come there, but actually comes at the end too. You have to have the confidence that whatever you've shown them, whatever we spent this last 10, 15 minutes talking about, they want to take home with them. And so asking for the sale, would you like a box or a bag? Would you like to wear it out? If we can deliver it by next Monday, would that be good for you? All of those abilities to ask for the sale, you have to practice that. Because in the moment, if you don't practice it, you're going to forget, and then you're going to have that awkward moment. So what do you want to do? And at that moment, a little devil appears on the customer's shoulder, and a little angel, right? Little devil saying, oh, we should shop around. I bet we get this less. I don't know if I really like that, right? Starts picking it all apart. What's the little angel saying? Yeah, we should buy it. I like this person. They've been really great with our time. They've answered all my questions. And you have to help them understand that, listen to that. Even if you get someone who says, well, I have to ask my wife. The easiest ways to answer that is, oh, has she ever bought anything without asking you? And it gets a laugh. And a laugh always works in the sale. And then you get a chance to say, yeah, well, this would be great. And you know what? Our return policy is this, this, and this. But the idea of somebody coming back to you, that be back, is just not happening. Because once I walk out of, let's say, your furniture store, my phone is going to have heard all of that and is going to be stalking me in social media. And those ads are all going to come up based on competitors because they have done geolocations on your store. And that chance of them getting your sale is a lot higher because it's going to just keep happening and happening and again. And please don't do the loser's limp of, here's my card. Here's my card, ask for me. I went into one store one time and the young guy said, here's my card, please ask for me. We get a bonus. I was like, ugh, I don't even want to, no, we don't want that. When I was working with window coverings dealers one time, and they were trying to bring out automation, right? So it would raise and lower the window shades through a power remote. And you could also program it. And one woman was trying to get her hands on it, and she said, oh, and if you like, we have a remote here. And people were like, no, I don't want a remote. And I said, well, we have to tell the story. So we interviewed some customers, and we found out this one guy who hated getting up every morning because he had to open up all the windows. He had one remote that opened all of them, and he said he started his day with a smile. That's the story. That's what you want to hear. Instead of, I don't want to use a remote. You have to be willing to challenge them and say, well, that's fine, but what do you get if we can get you over that, what do you get in response? I get to have a great morning. And the same thing at night. You could also program it to go down when it reaches a certain temperature or come up. There's all kinds of ways that it's really giving her freedom back. But we get caught up into the remote, and then it can fall apart from there. So having stories to sell, always a good idea, and making them personal, something that you heard from a customer or something that someone else had said, a product in your store, makes all the difference. So instead of using, here's my card, go through and get their name and their email address. Another good way to do is you have a QR code and say, sign up for our newsletter. And don't say, oh, because you get discounts and all that. Just sign up and we'll give you some design tips. If I was the window covering or furniture store, baking store, you could have all kinds of different reasons. And then make sure that you communicate with them. So make sure it's in a database. Make sure that you communicate with them so that they can stay on top. And instead of being in that maybe pile, once they come into your database, maybe you're going to put them into what's called a workflow, where it'll send them one email that says, still trying to decide on the right furniture, here are 3 of our best tips. Or it's going to go through and say, looking for the right color, here's a good way to determine it. 3 quick tips, easy. They don't want a whole book about it, just enough they can feel strong about it. And then at the end, what's your call to action? Call the store or visit the website, or send a chat to us, or whatever, right? We want to talk to them. That's what really counts. And then what are you going to do? Well, you have to follow up with an email, and sometimes we get challenged. We don't know what to put in it. We don't know how to say it. So using ChatGPT or any of the other LLMs, go through and put what you want to put into it. Don't ask it to do the thinking. You do the thinking and say, rearrange this in a way that says whatever it's going to be, right? I'm glad they were there, and the product they were looking at, and what the next steps might be. Or you might say, here's the email I want to send to Ethan. Could it be better? And it will critique it and give you ideas. So you don't have to do it alone, but what you can be looking at is, what new tools can I use to not only train my crew better, online retail sales training, like SalesRX, I've probably said that before for you. Well, am I going to hold them accountable? How am I going to go through and then role play it in my store? And then what tools can I use after it, whether they bought or not, to keep nurturing that customer until they buy the whole room of furniture, not just what they came in today. And by the way, you might have noticed up above there's that little link that you can click for more information. Watch a video of me. If you can't see that, it's down below. And let's work at increasing retail sales, because what you're really increasing is satisfaction with your store and with your crew. Bob Phibbs, the Retail Doc, out.